What's going on, guys? Today we are going to be changing out the rear differential oil, fluid, whatever you want to call it, in the second generation Tacoma. We're going to be breaking it down into a few different steps and areas of interest. They are as follows. The first thing we're going to go over is everything you need to do this job yourself. This is going to include the parts that you need, like gaskets and fluid, and also wrenches and different sizes of stuff like that. The next thing we're going to cover is how to actually change out the differential fluid. If you've never been under your truck before, no worries, that is totally cool. There's a first time for everything. We're going to show you where the rear differential is, the plugs you need to pull out, and the order to do everything. Don't be afraid, we're going to show you everything firsthand. And last but not least, at the very end, we're going to throw in a few extra tips and tricks and some little secrets actually that can keep your truck lasting a little bit longer when it comes to the rear differential. If you're up for another project or you just want to know what else you can do to make sure that your truck is going to be kept running smooth for years, we're going to feature a few of those as well. So let's get started and let's jump in what you need for this job. Alright, and so when it comes to what do you need for the job, you're going to need some gear oil. In my 4Runner, I've previously used 75W90. Toyota's manual, as it is right here, calls for 75-85. The weighting between 85 and 90 is not that big. If you live in a really cold climate, there can be benefit in going to 85 as long as you're not towing and stuff like that. If you go to the dealership, they're going to hand you a thing of 75-90 because it's way more common and it's gear oil. It does the same thing. You just need to make sure that it's GL5 compliant. In the past, like I said, I've used Redline. We've also used Lucas Full Synthetic. There's AMSOIL. There's tons of different options. I'm actually going to link some in the description as long as everything else for some of the ones that I would recommend. When it comes to how much you're going to need, according to the manual, if you're in a two-wheel drive, so that's you don't have four-wheel drive, you need 3.46 liters or 3.04 imperial quarts. If you're in the four-wheel drive like we are, we're going to be using 2.95 liters. Imperial quarts? Why would I give imperial quarts? 3.66 quarts for the two-wheel drive, 3.12 quarts for the four-wheel drive. Four-wheel drive, we're Canadian, 3 liters. That's what we're going to be putting in. Then you're probably wondering, well, is there anything else I need? There's actually a really important part, and I have the part number here because I don't memorize these things. These are crush washers. These are from Toyota. Whenever you take off the fill plug and the drain plug, you need to replace these because they form a crush-tight seal. Don't reuse them. You might get some leaks. The part number for them is 12157-110. Pretty cool. Other things that you might find very helpful is something to catch the oil with. Don't put it all over your floor. No one's going to be happy about that, especially when you're trying to clean it up, and gear oil is stanky, so we don't want to do that. The other thing that might come in handy, which I would highly recommend, is some sort of fluid displacement pump. These are really fun to have. All you do is stick one end in the bottle and you pump the fluid in. Makes it so much easier than funnels. You can also get some that screw on the bottle. I'm going to link some as well in the description and in the comments below, which might be helpful for you. And so now that we know what we need, let's get to how to do it. And now for your viewing pleasure, let's send it over to the DJI action and get this party started. All right, time to change some diff oil, baby. Woo! All right, got some gear oil. Let's go get a socket. 24. Nice. All right, she dark down there. So we're going to throw in a light band headlamp. Bravo 6, going dark. Oh. Big tip. Always do the fill plug first. If we take that sucker off and this guy doesn't come off, there's no fluid in here, which means no going to Arby's. All right, there we go. Let's check that. A little bit full. Crush washer, remember we are taking these off and replacing them. They have already been crushed. Why the long face? All right, fill plug off. Let's get that drain plug off. How you doing? Oh, that was pretty light actually. And out she blows. So we're just going to go ahead and let that all drain out for a bit.
take a little break, stretch the back, remembering to replace the crush washers, checking for anything not so nice coming out there, like metal shavings or anything like that. All right, new fill plug gasket, ka-chow. New drain plug gasket, ka-chow. Let's go put them back on. Look at all that sludge. Wipe all that off. Cool thing about these drain plugs, they have a magnet, which is sweet because it gets all those shavings out and you can kind of check how things are looking. Anyways, let's wipe that off. Put a finger in there, check for anything weird, all good. New gasket, crush washer. Make sure we got that properly on there. And let's put that bad boy back in. All right. Torque spec is 36 foot-pounds. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, time to put on my torque wrench. Click. All right, perfect. Just kidding, of course. But I would recommend, if you really like to be precise about these things, use a torque wrench. Works well. That's what they're there for. Drain plug. She's not going to go anywhere. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Emerging from the shadows. All right, gear oil time, baby. Stick one end in here. Sheesh, she's coming out. Wait, which way does this go? Oh, wrong way. Yo. We're gonna put all that down here and get working. All right, let's get back into the dark. Whew, dark down here. Feeling like an emo kid on 3 p.m. on a Tuesday. Let's see, that one's gonna go in there, and we're gonna take that pump and we're gonna turn into Joe Budden. We're just gonna pump it up. Yeah, pretty sure I had that backwards. Shit. All right, put that back in there. Oh yeah, that's way better. Oh Lord. Oh man, it's freaking everywhere. Oh, this is gonna take 7 years. All right, 3 liters, baby. That's all we gotta do. 3 liters, yes, thank you, assistant. Yeah, realistically, all you gotta do is just slowly pump this thing up. 3 liters of this gear oil. The nice part about diffs is they'll tell you when they're full because it's just going to start to leak out of that fill plug, so fairly easy to know. So I'm just going to be here for a while. We're going to pump pretty slow. We don't want to go over speed limit or anything like that. All right, you can kind of see she's leaking out. My goodness, it's getting everywhere. It's starting to look like a Diddy party down here. Holy smokes. Let's clean this up and put that fill plug in. All right, we got the crush washer here and we got the fill plug. Let's put those bad boys on, wipe it off quick. There we go. And tighten that and we are done. Alright, and so now that we're down here, guys, I want to show you a few things that you want to pay attention to when you're under your truck. Differentials, really awesome things. We need them to have a truck work properly. Up here, you can kind of see it, is what we call our differential breather plug. And so right here is a differential breather plug, and you can see I actually don't have my breather in it because I've extended it. One of the really important things to do, especially if you do water crossings or you just want your axles to make sure they can breathe, is to make a relocation kit. I have a few videos on my channel on how to do this. I'm going to link the videos in the description and also the parts that I use for this. It's very simple. It costs less than $20, and all this does is it brings your breather up and puts it closer to the actual bed, which means that you're never going to get it plugged full of mud or anything like that, and it's always going to be able to breathe. If you notice that you have a lot of leaking oil in your in your drum brakes in the back or anything like that, or there's any axle oil leaking out or anything like that, oftentimes it can be because this breather is plugged, and so it's trying to find a way to let out the pressure in the axle, and so it goes out the axle seals on the side. We want to avoid that. That's a big repair. Putting a relocation kit on is going to make sure that doesn't happen, and it's going to make sure that you will have a lot of peace of mind going forward, so definitely recommend doing that now that we're talking about rear differentials. Other than that, I'd recommend doing this job probably about every 50 to 80 kilometers if you're riding your truck pretty hard and you want it to stay in tip-top shape. Otherwise, that is pretty much it for the tips and tricks. Alright guys, so that is everything to do with the rear differential and swapping out the fluid in there. And so every, like we said, 50 to 80 kilometers, that would be crazy, 1,000 kilometers. Probably want to take a look at that. You can always pull the plug on the fill to just make sure it's looking pretty good. But yeah, by all means, feel free to look through our videos. We got a lot on Toyota maintenance, whether it be 4Runners, Tacomas, all that kind of stuff. But thanks for being here, guys, and we will catch you soon. Take care.